So you guys, this video, I found 3 different videos that are in sequence. They should make sense the way I have them lined up. I was so happy when I found these videos. I was so happy. So the first one is Shanny comes to the interwebs to let us know that Grav has been arrested for the mistreatment of her children. So let's take a peek.
Of just asking a question and he takes it all wrong and starts yelling. I'm sick of not being able to have a relationship with my sons fully because he doesn't really allow us to communicate. He kind of keeps me isolated a lot of the time. He tells my sons to leave the room a lot.
You guys, this is recent mental illness. Can you believe the football balls on this one? We have seen videos of herself shooing her own kids away because her and Jason were in the middle of something. So now since Jason has been arrested, I believe this was the final time they lost their kids. Now everything is Jason's fault. Now everything is Jason's fault, even though it's a mother. She chose the dude over her own kids. Because at this point is when they moved back to Pennsylvania after they left Colorado. They did a lot of streams where everybody saw how it all went down. Now she thinks she can come to the internet and try to flip the script. Unreal.
And I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. Because I got no family. I really don't have any friends. And it's just me and my sons. That's all. Just me and my sons. And, like, really scared. And I feel alone. I feel like a fool. I'm in my house.
Correction, you're not in your house. You don't own a house. You are in Jason's uncle's house. That's a correction I wanted to make.
Safe. And Jason's in jail. And I hope I can make it through. I can't drive. My legs won't work.
Oh my god, that excuse always makes me laugh. Her legs can work. Bitch, you were able to stand up to make this video, weren't you? You were able to walk your ass to the bathroom and the kitchen to make yourself something to eat, can you? But for the longest time, she kept on using this excuse, my legs won't work. I don't know why, it just cracks me up.
I can't really walk either. How do I get groceries? How do I take care of my sons when I can't move?
She is so full of poo-poos, you guys. She is so full of poo-poos. She was getting extra money on her EBT card because she had the 2 kids, the 2 boys. And I believe she was also getting food dropped off by Feeding America. Here she was dry begging for cash apps, in my opinion. She was dry begging for cash apps as pets, food deliveries, because she did not want to have to take the bus to the grocery store. She is so full of shit.
When I can't walk. When I can barely fucking function.
Yes, Shani Shan Shan, my Shamu, let those sweet, sweet tears flow. Oh, and by the way, for that cry, an angel got its wings.
I feel like a fool that I let this relationship go on for so long.
And sorry for the repeats. That's the way this was uploaded. It was two streams synced together. So sorry for the repeats on that. And she let the relationship go on for so long. You're full of shanny, fucking liar. The relationship went for so long because you left your husband that helped you get your kids back at the previous time when you lost your kids in Minnesota or wherever the fuck she came from. You run over to Jason's because you found out that he inherited $800,000. In the meanwhile, you felt like you were so rich, you were above everybody else, including your own family. You started crushing your own family on the interwebs. Your family learned about this and they disowned you. So now you're in a position where you are stuck to Jason. And if Jason gives you the boot, you are effed. Okay? You are effed. This is all your own doing because of your own greed. Now the chickens are coming home to roost.
Because to be honest, he's been so life, and it was nothing but him threatening me when he get really drunk to be hit over the head with a baseball bat, and I stayed with him.
I keep on saying like these girls, I need to move into the land of Delulu. They seem happier there. I need to move in that land. So for that, she's so full of shit. She was the one beating up on Jason most of the time, and I do believe until this previous day, just for that, let's take a little look of a small snippet of Shani getting arrested for beating up on Jason, shall we?
This is ridiculous. I get put in jail and he hits me. I get put in jail and he hits me. Can I talk to him, please, real quick, about the boys?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm going to jail.
What?
I'm going to jail.
Real quick. Why are you going to jail?
They're pressing charges on me for me hitting you.
So you're going to be responsible for the boys tonight, okay?
I didn't want to press charges.
You understand?
I understand.
Okay.
I didn't want to press charges, though.
We know that, but for domestic violence, you know, our hands are kind of tied. Even if you didn't want to press charges.
So yeah, that's just one of the videos. So for her to claim that Jason hit her over the head with a baseball bat, it's like, how are you still standing? Like, how are you still standing if you got hit over the head with a baseball bat? So yeah, you guys, that's a little bit snippet of how the relationship goes. Let's continue.
Because he kept saying, I'm sorry, give me another chance, I'll change, and he never did. It just got worse. And he called me all these names whenever he'd get mad. All these names. I need better. I know. But what is better? Getting in another relationship with someone who's just gonna end up hurting me again? I don't want a relationship with anyone. It's like from the farthest of my mind thinking having someone else. Being with someone else. Because I don't want to be hurt again. I want to be valued as a person. I want to be loved as a woman and treated respectfully.
I don't know, Shani Shan Shan. In my opinion, you don't deserve any of those things.
As a woman, most importantly, I want my sons to be respected and treated like they should be, with love.
And the sick part is that she taught Jason how to treat her sons. She showed him how to treat her sons. She did not care as long as the money was there. Jason treated her sons horribly. She treated her own kids horribly. She was okay with it because the money was there. You know what I mean? But now all of a sudden, oh my gosh, he's being abused. He was so terrible to his sons. It's like, Shanny, shut up.
Compassion and empathy. Fear of them blowing up at me or ostracizing me or making me feel bad for trying to make a good decision in life, trying to be happy. I'm tired of working so hard to make money to support my family while this man does nothing but complain about his mental health and does.
Can you guys believe her? Her version of working hard is e-begging online. E-begging online, losing her channels, having to create a new channel to e-beg some more. That's her version of working hard. Never mind that she blew over $700,000 of $800,000 of Rev's money. No, 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 no. She's the only one that's doing everything. Can you believe her? Can you believe her?
Nothing to help us. I made it. I made the money.
Again, the level of delusion is, whoa, I need some of that. I need some of that delusion. What do you mean you made the money? Jason, you chased after him for the $800,000 that you helped him lose in less than 3 years. What the fuck do you mean you made the money? What money? Shanny, what money did you make?
I've been supporting us. And I am a fool, and I feel like a fraud, I feel like a phony because I tell women to be strong, to not get into abusive relationships, to get out, and here I am in one.
Sorry for the quick stops. And if that's how she actually felt, you guys, and she actually felt like she was being abused like she said she was, she would have left Jason a long time ago. No, she was there for the free ride, and she's still there for the free ride. Like, imagine it. Like, right now, they're still living in the uncle's house. If Jason actually got a spine and said, like, for real, this time I'm done, you need to move out, she will be screwed, and she knows it. She knows it. She's holding on to him for dear life because her family is not going to have anything to do with her after what she did to her family.
Because I didn't want people to know that I was in one, but I also didn't want women to get in one at the same time. And there's been times on and then he does this, I'm sorry, I'm gonna change, please just wait until I get into therapy. And he never does go into therapy. He never does get better. And I'm stuck there, waiting to be respected, waiting to feel loved.
And this is what they used to call it, her performance art. Every time she came on acting like this and giving speeches like this, they called it performance art. Now I see it. I see it, now I get it. Okay, so now we're going to move over to the next video. It follows the first one we just watched, so we're gonna move over to the next one. Notice how quickly the mood changes. Notice, and I believe around this time too, she was live streaming non-stop. Both of them, her and Jason, they would stream non-stop. Even when he got locked up, she was streaming non-stop. But anyways, let's continue.
There. Fan is off. You muted? Really? Is that better? Hello? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me or should I restart? No, no, here, here. You can hear me. Okay, good. It might be for you, Carrie.
So at this point, peep that who's in the chat, okay? So Toasty made a video about Carrie, how she didn't believe that Carrie didn't know about Shanny Shan Shan, and I have a hard time believing that because back then they streamed nonstop. So many channels covered Shani and Rav. I'm not gonna say anymore, but people who Shani, while she's streaming, she's having this one-on-one conversation with in the chat.
I am starving, folks. I am starving. Let me check. Can I check? Is there a way to check? I don't know anyone else who has Instagram in this house. But you guys can hear me, right? Okay. Okay, you can hear me now. Good. All right. So I just got back. First of all, let me just say this. I know if this is totally weird from what I usually say, but I am very much grateful that CPS is in my life right now. I really am so grateful because they have so many programs that can help families out that are like really struggling. Okay, so let's see. I just got back from the hospital. They wanted to get the boys a full checkup and get them checked out to see if they're okay because of everything that happened. Everything's fine.
Okay, I made a video, it's on my channel, about the last time CPS took Shani's kids. This is what she's talking about. CPS came and took the boys to check them out because Jason hit one of the kids and kicked one of the kids in the rib and the head, something like that. So the previous video was about Rav being arrested for that. That previous video we just watched. So this is the second video. She is so happy for CPS. She is so elated for CPS. All right, let's continue.
They're fine. So we got that settled. The next thing CPS talked about is what she's going to do is she's going to recommend to Jason for mental health court instead of like regular silver court. And not even her recommended it, but his counseling center recommended the mental health court. So basically what's going to happen, he's going to get out of jail and he's going to go into a facility for a few months so they can get his medication and everything right, so he can go back home to us. So, you know, CPS feels like it's comfortable enough for him to come back home because
So that little bit that she just said is a lie. CPS did not say that. You have a child abuser in the house. You think they're going to put him back in the same house with the kids? She is lying. What they recommended was that Jason not return to his uncle's home. And Shani knew that she was going to be screwed because if Jason wasn't going to be allowed to return in his own uncle's home, she would have to get the F out. His uncle was not going to be supporting Shani. Like, who is Shani to him? Like, honestly. So she knew she was going to be screwed. So she came up with this elaborate plan of taking Jason back. Here we go.
told you guys that's how it would happen because it has to happen that way. But you know, we can still have visitations with him. No, he cannot move in right away. He's got to get treatment first. But that's okay. We'll work around that. He can visit us, of course, and I can go out on dates with him and everything. So we can still be together, but like in different places. So it'll kind of be like we're dated.
And again, keep in mind, living in his uncle's house, and she knew she wasn't going to stay there. She knew she wasn't going to stay there. Might have taken the uncle a little bit to evict her, but there's no way the uncle was going to be supporting this Shamu. You know, yeah.
So I'm happy about that. Also, what's really cool, let me get my fan together, because I really need it. I'm having a horrible hot flash. But, what's really cool about CPS is she actually is getting the boys involved in these art classes for the summer. Like summer, God, why does this happen with this fucking fan? I swear to fucking God.
And you guys, the one thing I just realized why she's so excited. She's excited because somebody else is going to be taking the parent role majority of the time instead of her having to find activities for the kids and actually being a parent. She was excited that somebody else was going to parent her kid. Let that sink in.
But they're signing the boys up for art classes so they can have some, you know, time to themselves and, you know, be able to be creative this summer and get out of the house and like do something and meet up with friends, you know. Can the kids be around them? Of course, but their main concern is if he was living with us right now, because he's not, you know, fully there. Yeah, but that's gonna be worked with the mental health court, is getting him on the right type of medications and get him the right type of therapy so he can be mentally sound. And the kids are fine with this because they want him to go through it too. You know, we love each other. We're a family. So we're going to do what families do, and that's not abandon each other and work through our problems. And I think that's a good, it's actually like a good, like, I'm glad this is kind of happening and I'm on social media to like.
Okay, I want to make this clear. Jason is not the boy's father. There are fabulous stepfathers out there, but Jason resented those kids. Jason did not want kids. Yeah. Chris, her ex-husband, was not the children's father. Shanny was married twice. The first husband is the children's father, but he has his own substances abuse. And I am pretty sure if Shanny did the right thing and gave the kids to the father's family, somebody would have stepped up. But no. Shanny wasn't about to do that. So I just wanted to make that clear.
Let people know, like, if someone does suffer from a mental health crisis, don't give up on them. Like, take care of them, help them through it, you know. And I think that's a good thing. I would want it. I know that if you were going through a mental health crisis, you would want someone to be there for you, you know. So we're going to work through this as a family through CPS and through the court system and through other social services. He's probably going to have, she also, this is so cool. She also talked about trying to get me in a program where I can get an actual home health aide to come over and help me out because I'm struggling really bad. Yeah, because he does need help, you know. At least now professional help is involved. Yeah, exactly, Carrie. So many ignorant people, they just want to give up on people over shit. And it's like, do you get it? Like, even like the CPS worker actually was talking to his counseling center over this. And even the counseling center, his own counselors, his own psychiatrist agrees that he needs the mental health court compared to the criminal court. They both agree that this was his medication. They all agree to it. So, you know, you can kiss my ass, man. I'm trying to save a man's life, not destroy it.
So Jason ended up spending 2 weeks, I believe, in the jail. And he was not supposed to be in the same house as Shanny and the boys, as you're going to see in the next video. And like I say, coming back to the house not being Raf's or not being Shanny's, she knew she was going to be screwed. She knew she would have to go to a homeless shelter with her kids. Shanny is selfish. She wasn't about ready to do that. All this time, all along, she had already planned on taking Raf back, so that way she didn't have to do the right thing for her kids. Like, how dare you expect her to do that? You know? No, she wasn't about ready to do that.
So, yeah, it's bizarre. And then, Carrie, I need to post what you gave me a little while ago about Abilify. Did you know that Abilify can cause, what was it, Carrie? You can talk about it in the audience. But it was like, it's like, are they dropping charges? I don't know yet. His counseling center, CPS, and his psychiatrists are going to be talking to the DA on trying to get the charges dropped because it's a medical thing. It's not a criminal thing. So,
and this is the thing that gets me. This is the thing that gets me about this one particular person and Shanny. What do you mean it's not a criminal thing? And the previous video that I made about this whole situation, just one video, standalone video, there is actually police reports in that video of what was said in the police report. What do you mean it's a mental health issue? It's not a criminal thing. He puts his hands on 2 young boys. Get the F out of here.
they're all going to be talking about it and helping him, and CPS is going going to talk to Jason, I think, before I can talk to him and tell him what the plan is and what he needs to do to get back home. Yeah, impulse control problems. Yeah, apparently Abilify causes you to have impulse control problems. So what I said was correct. What I said wasn't a lie. Like, you got to be careful with mental meds, and you got to be like very like they should tell people about that, the impulse control problems that can be involved in that. They really need to like heighten people's awareness over that, because I did not know that about Abilify, and I know so much about medicine. I did not know about that about Abilify.
And I'm pretty sure you guys are picking up on how quickly now she is already making excuses for what Jason did. I hope you guys peep that too.
You know, but yeah. And that's part of his problem. We're getting him help so that stops. You see? We're getting him help so it stops, so he doesn't feel like he needs to engage in anger to express himself. He'll learn how to cope through his anger, which is good. You know, and that is what needs to yeah, it doesn't do that to me, but it can happen. Yeah. And that's what needs to be done before he can get back home, before he can be with his family on a full-time basis, is he needs to take care of himself. He needs to recognize his patterns of anger and how he expresses his patterns of anger most, you know, importantly. And like, believe it or not, even though we were in the hospital, me and my sons had such a good time in the hospital. You think Seroquel could help him? Maybe. Well, we're gonna find out how this goes. All I know is we're gonna be like, it's gonna be kind of like we're dating each other for a while, because we're gonna be like seeing each other like on dates and like, you know, not like full time like we have, which I think is actually really good, because most of our romantic relationship, we haven't had a break with each other. We've kind of been like full time, like steady together all the time, every day, 24/7.
And it's not a loss to me that she's talking like this to a person that put their hands on her children. Ah, Jesus Christ.
You know. Oh my God, that's so good. Praise Jesus. But I think it's going to be really good for him to go through this process. And I was talking to the CPS worker, and we're going to be looking into programs for Zachary to help get him a little bit more advanced therapy in his autism. Like I said, I'm really loving CPS because they have like all these programs that I really, really need for my family, you know?
You guys, this is wild to me. I have never seen anybody be this giddy about having CPS involved in their lives. Holy moly.
All right, bye. I'm done. You've heard what I've told you. I don't need to be told this shit again, okay? And I don't need someone to put in the audience that I'm trying to fucking manipulate them, because there's no reason for me to manipulate anyone or not tell them what's going on. Okay, thank you. Let me express myself without fear of judgment and fear of being persecuted over what I say, or someone trying to poke holes in what I say. Because the true person who's actually being manipulative is not me, but you. Anyway, I'm just saying my truth. If you have a problem with my truth, kiss my booty. And look at this. Look at all this, like, loose skin here. Like, how long does that... Like, all...
Holy moly. I know maybe you cannot see it that well because of the Xxarchives logo and the closed caption, but look at the size of that arm. Holy crap.
All the girls who've lost like a lot of weight, can you please tell me how long that takes to like get rid of this loose skin? Because it's like shrinking really fast, and just you want to know this shirt, by the way, this Jason's shirt. You've seen him wear it before. It smells like him.
Girl, there is no way that is Jason's shirt. That's a lie. That's an absolute lie.
But It's a size medium. I'm in a size medium shirt. Yeah, stressed out, but still, I'm in a size medium shirt with my big boobies. So, it will take a while. Some might take surgery. Yeah, thinking that. I don't have that surgery though, man. You're glowing, Shanny. Thank you for helping someone who's struggling with their mental health. It's really courageous. Not all people will go that far to help them. Prayers for you and your fam. Thank you so much. Thank you. All I'm doing is just doing what I would want, you know? I'm just loving someone how I would want to be loved, you know? Like, after Jason, or not Jason, after Chris, my ex-husband, left me because of my mental health, and because I did have a violent episode, because of my mental health.
Okay, I might get this story wrong. What she's referring to, apparently Shanny was so mad at her ex-husband. She pushed him through a glass sliding door. A grown-ass man. I mean, Shanny's like almost 6 foot tall and like, I'm pretty sure she's always been big, like lost like 500 pounds then. Yeah, that's what she's talking about.
It destroyed me as a person. And I have a lot of trust issues now because of it. And I don't want to do that to Jason, a man who has done so much for this family to help us, to be there for us. And it's mental health. It's not maliciousness. It's mental health. And even the CPS worker recognizes, wow, he had a bad effect. Like, everyone recognizes it who actually knows Jason in real life. Everyone knows it. So it's not downplaying anything. It's just saying what happened. And it does happen. And it's pretty cruel to give up on someone because of an adverse effect to a medicine. It's pretty fucking cruel. It's pretty disgusting, frankly. It's one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. No, it doesn't excuse what he did though, but it did contribute. Exactly. That's why he needs to get the help, and he needs to get the therapy, and he needs to, you know, be able to cope through his anger. Be able to recognize, oh, I'm starting to feel agitated. I'm starting to feel angry. I'm going to have to use this coping mechanism in order for me not to be so emotional. And it works. I had to do it. And now that he will be in the mental health court system, which is amazing, he'll be able to have like an arms worker, someone who can actually keep him fucking accountable to taking his meds on a regular basis, to making sure he's on all his therapy appointments. And not only that, they'll take him to his therapy appointments. So it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And if me and Jason don't work out in the end, then you know what? At least I have on my conscience that I did everything to help someone and love them unconditionally. Yeah, exactly, Carrie. Therapy has been something he's been needing, but he had a stigma against psych meds, so it's good that this will kind of force that for him. Exactly. Exactly. Like, everyone who's in his life, like the CPS workers and his therapists and his psychiatrist, they all think this is a good thing for him for this to happen, you know, because this is his time. This is his time to work through what he needs to work through, you know. And maybe I'm not going to be there fully for him all the time, but, you know, I'm there in spirit. I'm there encouraging him. I'm there making sure he gets healthy, mentally, physically, emotionally healthy. So, like, if I'm going to be judged for that, for helping someone out in a mental health crisis, judge me. I really don't care. It says more about you, though, that you want someone to give up on someone who's gone through something mentally and gone through an adverse medication effect.
No, Shani, it says more about you as a mother that you're willing to pick a dude over your own kids, so that way you will not have to face any hard times by going to a women's shelter with your kids. It says a lot more about you.
It says more about you than me at the end of the day, because you look like you're heartless. You look like you don't care about anyone else but yourself.
Okay, so we got that. So now the next video, which is the last video of this saga, is Jason is out of prison. So, yeah, let's take a look.
Hi. Um, this is probably going to be a very hard stream for me. Probably one of the hardest streams, and probably one of the most humiliating, but not humiliating, I guess, streams I ever made. Thank you for the one dip, Naked Dabs. I love you, bro. Okay, so here it is. I had to do something today. And I had to put my sons first, okay? I know I don't usually talk about my sons, but this does involve my sons. In case people don't know here on Twitch, I'm extremely sick. We don't know what's going on with me.
Okay, what she means is that she spent years trying to game the system so she could collect SSI without having to go to work. And every time she goes to the doctors, they tell her there's nothing wrong with you. So she's been running with this life for many, many years on the internet. Let me see. She had cancer. Oh my God, she had so many things, you guys. Trying to game the system, all fell flat. That's what she means. Didn't know what's wrong with her. What she means is that they didn't find anything wrong with her. Anyways, let's continue.
But I'm very sick. I've had seizures. I have a hard time walking. I just have it rough. Functioning. Period. So, as a mother, I know I have to try my best to get my health together, right? But I can't do it with my boys here at all. There's no way I can get my health together.
Can you believe this hoe? Yes, you guys, she just said what she said. You think she said. That's exactly what she said. Can you believe her?
And get myself together with my boys here because it's hard, you know. So today I gave my sons up to foster care temporarily.
She did not give up her boys to foster care temporarily. That's a lie. When Jason abused her kids, CPS came and took the boys. Jason was arrested. When they let Jason out, they told Shanny that Jason could not return to the house. Shanny knew she'd be out on her ass because she's living in Jason's uncle's house. Without Jason there, she was going to be homeless. Instead of Shanny doing right by her boys and rebuilding herself and going to a homeless shelter and trying to figure shit out, she chose the easy way out. Shanny wasn't about ready to do that. So Rive comes out, she takes him back. People let CPS know that Jason is back in the house with Shanny. That's why Shanny lost her kids. So none of this bullshit that she's coming up with.
So I can get myself better. I know it's the best decision for them. They were in agreement of it, and I was in agreement of it, and Jason was in agreement with it, and CPS was in agreement of it because.
And this is the only part that I will agree with Shanny on. CPS, that's my stomach. CPS did the right thing. Those boys should have been taken away from her the first time. She should have never been able to get those boys back. But this is the only part I agree with her on.
My health is really bad. You know, there's times where I don't know if I'm gonna wake up. And I just love them so much, and I just want the best for them, and I want them happy. And I can't make them happy because they see their mom just. Thank you guys for the support. They see their mom really sick, and that's not good for their mental health either, seeing their mom just like not being able to function.
No, Shani, what was not good for them was having you as a mother. You stuffed those kids. Apparently those kids were so terrified in that house They pissed all over their beds. And these two assholes will force them to sleep in soiled beds instead of getting them mental health. That's so disgusting. They are so disgusting. Shani starved her own kids. Forget that she starved rats. She starved her own kids. Shani was never about anybody else but Shani. So don't buy any of this bullshit.
So we made the decision to put them in temporary foster care. And work on our health, which is best for them. I do get visitations, of course, and everything, but it's not hard. It's very hard not having your kids around, but at the same time, thank you again, Naked Dabs. I need time to try to get healthy, and they need someone to take care of them, which I can't do right now. So, yeah, I'm crushed by this. I'm heartbroken by this. This isn't going to be an easy couple of months, but it is necessary for them to be taken care of while I'm going through treatment. This is a hard journey for me right now, okay? But I'll get through it.
You notice how everything is about her, not about the kids. Everything is all about her. It revolves all around her.
And all I ask is for support and a little compassion and empathy, because I'm doing the best for my sons. I'm not doing this because I'm selfish or anything. I'm doing this.
Interesting that she chose those words because I was thinking the same thing. Shani, you're doing this because you're only thinking about yourself and you're a very, very selfish human being.
For my sons, to protect them, and so I can get better, which I don't know if I will or not, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try to get me better. But right now I'm lost. I'm a mother without her children.
Sorry, Shani, you were never a mother. You went just because you help produce those kids, it doesn't make you a mother. You are worst of the worst. And before I forget, the other requirement for Shani to do before getting back her kids, which she never did, thank goodness, was no Jason around the kids, her staying away from Jason, and I believe she also had to take parenting classes. Shani could not even be bothered to do that either because live streaming was a lot more important. You know, the aspects, sympathy, empathy was a lot more important actually doing right by her kids. So that's never lost to me at all.
And my heart, it's not like I can call them. Well, I can't call them though, but it's like, I can't call them like out and they'll like come to the room or anything. I can't do that anymore. I can't hear them laughing. This house is so quiet right now. But I have to take care of my health.
Yep, she just taking care of herself. Since she is saying all this as she's sitting here, forget how long this live stream was, and she's chain smoking away. Health who? Health where? Shit.
I gotta take care of my health. Where's Jason? Jason! So, yeah, during this time of separation, I'm gonna focus on my mental health, my physical health, and trying to get Twitch established so I can have a good income, because that's the only things I can focus on, you know? This This is a time for me to focus on myself. We're looking at it as a vacation time.
That's the part I was waiting on, you guys. That is the part I was waiting on. You heard it correctly. CPS gave her a vacation from mothering. This is her vacation time. This is her time to shine. You heard it correctly. She's on vacation thanks to CPS. She said that.
Yeah, it's only temporary. We're looking at a vacation time. So they can get better, like, so they can have, like, comprehensive mental health and be monitored for their mental health too. And, you know, we can be okay. Play some Street Fighter with Jason. Retro gaming is huge on Twitch. Yeah, we could do that. We could play some Donkey Kong. And, you know, just try our best to have some fun with our lives.
Yep, you heard it correctly. You heard her correctly. So the rest of the clip is just them, Jason talking about setting some of his games and people. She's talking about what kind of different games they want her to play. She's having the best time of her life, you guys. She was not bothered one bit at all. Kids who? Kids where? I'm on vacation. You heard it correctly. So yeah, I'm glad that these clips that I found lined up the way that they did. But yeah, you guys, I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you very much for watching. Memberships on the channel. Yeah, that's it. That's it for this video. I will catch you in the next video. Later. Bye-bye.